So just heading off to work now. Another rest day from running. It's probably going to do me good, even though I only did a 5k yesterday. I'm feeling so much better. The flu and that kind of fluey, cold, hot feeling has gone now. So that's all gone out of my system. Still got a bit of a chesty cough which comes on now and then, but hopefully that will do one pretty soon, and that'll be gone and I'll be fighting fit again. So a rest day, probably good that it's come along, although I want to be out running because it's a beautiful morning. But hey ho, gonna listen to the plan and get that all important rest in. Right, off to work. So nearly the end of that rest day. I've just had my dinner and going to settle down on the sofa in a minute. But first, stick roller. I got this the other day. I saw some people using one on YouTube and they were raving about it. So I ordered one just to try it out. I try and do a bit of foam rolling, but I don't enjoy doing it, and I don't feel I get any benefit from it, so I don't do it, and I probably should. But with this, I've used it a couple of times. Really find that you can get into the little knots and niggles in your leg. Because I feel I'm getting some benefit from it, then I do it more, and it's good for the old legs. And I get some quite tight calves sometimes, so this is going to solve the problem. Hopefully, but anyway. So I'm going to do that and then tuck into a bowl of watermelon and then off to bed pretty early because I'm up early tomorrow for a 6-mile run before work. So going to get this done, watermelon eaten, and then off to bed. So I shall see you tomorrow for tomorrow's run. So an early start, joining the 6 AM club for 6 miles. I'm going to do some progressive intervals. So just take the first mile nice and easy, second mile speeding it up a little bit, third mile ease back to easy, fourth mile a bit quicker than the second mile, and then so on for the 6 miles, just to mix it up a little bit and keep it a bit interesting rather than just plodding along for 6 miles. So a chilly start. Let's get running before I freeze to death. First 2 miles done. The first mile was just over an 8-minute mile, and then dipped down to a 7:39 mile. So now just back up to sort of a relaxing 8-minute mile pace before I go for my second interview, and I'll drop it again probably down to 7:30 or maybe a bit below that. We'll see how it goes. So 4 miles in now, second interval done, and not quite as quick as I'd hoped, 7:33, but quicker than the first one, so still hitting the plan. A nice easy mile now before giving it some for the last one. So 6 miles all done. The last interval was just over a 7-minute mile, which was good, and I've just done another half mile just to warm myself down to get myself back home. Good session done.